This time on Wonders of Croatia, it's some of the most treasured land, where the spirit of the people creates a community full of tradition. The history belongs to the inhabitants and has developed into a food lover's haven. Every grape, tree, shell, and animal brings rich rewards, but the hands that prepare them are even more prized. I'm eager to learn the trades, walk where Romans walked, ride to fairy tale lands, and immediately become accepted into local families. Life here flourishes, making the versatility of Istria one to suit every taste. Protruding almost like a country of its own, the Istrian Peninsula is the largest in the Adriatic, located in the northwestern part of Croatia. The coveted land served as an important passage from Central Europe to the south and beyond its shores. The Venetians ruled the coastal areas since the 9th century, until Napoleon came into power in 1806. After World War I, the Austrian Empire gave Istria to Italy. It wasn't until World War II that most of Istria was considered to be a part of Yugoslavia. It was this irresistible attraction for powerful leaders and the plundering and changing of governments that has become an integral part of Istria's reality. At the tip of the peninsula, where Istria stretches out farthest into the sea, I encounter the antique of Pula. Pula is the largest city in Istria with a population of about 90,000. This is where the mythical history of Istria starts, at the symbol of the city. Well, Paris has the Eiffel Tower, New York City has the Statue of Liberty, and Pula has the amphitheater.
Right. The amphitheater of Pula, or as we call it, Arena of Pula, is really the symbol of the town, and it stands here for almost 2,000 years.
Now, comparing to other amphitheaters across the world, how is its condition?
Well, if we observe the outer wall, which is in, we can say, almost perfect condition, it is among three the best preserved amphitheaters in the world, besides the Colosseum in Rome and the Arena in Verona.
Now, I think one thing that a lot of people might find interesting is coming to Croatia, especially here in Istria. I never would have expected to find something like this, but this is just one of many Roman ruins, correct?
Yes, this is only one of many, we can say, monuments, not only ruins, because a Roman time in Istria lasted for a long time, for 5 centuries, and especially in Pula, we have a lot of monuments that testify that time.
So what year does this amphitheater or arena date back to?
This symbol of Pula was finished at the end of the 1st century AD, almost at the same time when Colosseum in Rome was built. And it was the same imperial family who had it built, and that would be Flavian family. And there is also a love story, I don't know if it's true or not, between the Emperor Vespasian and one lady from Pula, whose name was Antonia Cenida. So the story tells that he had to do something to prove his love for her. So thanks to Mrs. Antonia Cenida, we still have this beautiful
So this
arena.
is what was built. This was a way of showing that love.
Yes, this was a way of showing that love, and this also explains why such a huge amphitheater for a city of Pula that had only 5,000 inhabitants in Roman times, and the capacity of the amphitheater was 23,000 people. In Istria, there were about 100,000 people, and the people from the southern Istria were coming here already in the 1st century to watch gladiator fights and wild animal fights. So we can say that we had the first tourists still in the 1st century AD and cultural events.
Unlike the Colosseum in Rome, there aren't crowds here. Walking freely at such an iconic site is quite humbling, but I'm sure back in Roman times, it was a rowdy mess. So during the Roman times, this stadium seating would be completely full.
Yes.
How many people could fit here?
23,000 people.
Oh my
and they
gosh.
were always looking for more seats, but it was the capacity.
So I'm sure that these were just full, and they would sit like this and just watch the gladiators fight.
Oh, they wouldn't sit like we are sitting now.
They'd be waving their arms.
Yeah, they were waving their arms, they were shouting, they were standing, and everybody had his own gladiator. I mean, some people liked one, some people liked another, but what was the most important, it was the action, to be courage and to win.
I hear that the people sometimes got to decide whether or not the gladiator was to live. This meant to live and this meant to die.
Exactly.
Get rid of him.
This meant, exactly, let's see him again. And that meant, no, he didn't deserve to live. He didn't entertain us enough.
Now, how often were these fights? Do you know?
3 to 4 times in a year. Then it would last 3 or 4 days in a row.
Well, I have to say that I'm very glad that the only events taking place here today are nice concerts and you can just spend your day enjoying the arena.
I agree with you completely.
The arena's grandiose appearance makes it easy even for those lacking imagination to envision the games that took place here. Since the 1st century, this symbol of the city is imprinted on all who visit the town. The same paths and routes that brought great leaders and rulers to Istria also brought new inhabitants that never wanted to leave. The nomads became settlers, pagans turned Christians, and the land was cared for like children, offering life and love that developed into a home.
Yeah.
I found this in Vodjan, a small village just north of Pula. In this laid-back rural village, Cudesna is known to make the best Istrian prosciutto. And the key ingredient to such a great production, it's a family trade. Has prosciutto always been an important food here in Istria?
Prosciutto is one of the most important gastronomy products in Istria.
Now, what is it that makes the prosciutto in Istria different than the prosciutto in Italy?
There is a different, the first point is from the geographical position, because the most important thing for prosciutto is the wind. Even if it's in other regions, good quality, Istria also has.
It's different.
It's different in the tasting, but on a positive way.
Yeah. Now, how long has he been making this prosciutto, and what is the process? I mean, this looks like it's a lot of work, and it takes some time to get it perfect.
They're monitoring the animals, like pigs, when they are young, until around 200 kilos. Then they dried here prosciuttos for 1 year. Everything is monitoring from the beginning to the table. There is 2 different types of prosciutto: Dalmatian prosciutto and in Istria prosciutto. And the most important difference is because this prosciutto it's without the skin, and it's not smoked, it's dried. Yes, so this is the most 2 important things if you want to compare.
Well, I tried the prosciutto in Dalmatia, so now it's time to try it here in Istria. And gladna sam.
Kad ste gladna, sad idemo lijepo narezati vam pršuta ispod, da se vidite kako mi prezentiramo u kušaoni pršut. Onako kako su ga i nekad prezentirali. Rezanje nožem.
Fantastično. Idemo. If you could only smell this place. 300 pig legs drying in one location. After smelling the prosciutto for more than an hour, the fresh air couldn't have come sooner.
This is the dried prosciutto after 1 year, so it's prepared for eating. As you can see, Mr. Milan, he's doing very carefully, and I hope that it's a good taste. So
oh my goodness, that's perfection. Yes, give that a try. Okay. Here we go. Very good.
It's a really good taste.
Dobro. Pre-dobro.
All prosciuttos, it's a good quality here.
Yeah. So this is why Istria is so famous for it. Look at this, perfection.
Yeah, perfection, and the color it's perfect, and the smell is perfect. Everything is perfect.
Ah, sorry. So much. You're so fast.
I rekla da je gladna prije.
Yeah, I was gladna sam. Da. Okay. I'm going to try. Yeah? Okay, but I'll need some help.
Yes, you need instructions.
Oh.
That's the right way.
Uh-oh, it's getting a bit thick.
Već je pošlo.
Okay, now you can eat.
Now I can eat now. Okay. It's not as thin as yours, but I'm sure it still tastes good. Yeah?
It's much more important that it's good. It's not necessary how it's cut.
Ah, okay, good. Oh,
Neke pomiriše samo.
sausage, yeah?
Yeah.
Do I need to cut? I just chew it. Oh my gosh, I'm eating a whole pig.
Samo neka pomiriše.
And you can just smell and see the...
So I want to eat this.
Oh, okay.
Can I eat it?
Da li može pojesti?
Okay.
Može.
Ćemo odrezati ili? Neka grizamo.
Oh my gosh. This is good. After all of this, we're going to have to go find some more pigs with the amount of prosciutto we're eating. Istria is blessed with an extended coastline along the beautiful Adriatic Sea. It's a treasure trove where fishermen spend their days just trying to make a living. In the middle of the Istrian coastline, jutting up from the sea, are hilltops extending 100 meters, forming a channel near Lim Bay. The mix of this fresh water fused with the sea makes the channel an infamous spot for fish and shellfish cultivation. Rising with the sun, I was ready to go deep within the fjord to see how this salty specialty is farmed. Dobro jutro!
Dobro jutro, Ashley.
Good to see you again.
Yes, this is my friend Ivan.
Hi, Ivan. Ashley.
He's my friend, and we're gonna buy a boat to find some oysters.
All right, oysters for breakfast.
Yes, of course.
Sounds tasty. Let's do it. Thank you.
This Lim Fjord, it's a part of the Lim Valley, which is 35 kilometers long, and it is stretched almost to the central part of Istria. But the sea part is long around 10 kilometers. The deepest water is 30 meters, and the widest part of the channel is around 600 meters. Now we'll stop here for the one place where they have oysters.
Oh, the water's not very cold.
Yeah.
It feels perfect. Okay. So unhook this. Okay, you're gonna hook it to the boat. Good. Okay. Let's see if I can do it on my own. Oof.
You need assistance?
I think I got it. It's like finding treasure.
Yeah.
Wow, but hey, those look like a treasure. Can we keep gathering some and then give them a try?
Yes, of course.
Okay, sounds good. Ah, lots of them. These ones are bigger. Look at those. So we have clams and oysters.
Okay, yes.
Now, are they out? Do they have to go and collect these every single day?
Yes, they should come every day here to check the mussels, because if some of them are dead, then they must put away.
So why is it that I guess, would you say that you harvest the oysters? Is that the correct term?
The oysters are male and female. They produce themselves, without any...
a mate, I guess.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, can we give them a try? Are we able to just eat them right out of here?
Of course, we
I guess
can
we have
try.
to learn how to open them first.
Yeah, okay, then mi ćemo sada probati jednu štrigu.
How old are these? Do you know?
They are around 2.5 years old.
Really?
Yes.
So really, I didn't realize it takes so long for them to be ready to eat.
Yes. Now we will eat one oysters,
Okay.
but together with the lemon.
Lemon, yeah.
Yes, because then you have a good taste.
Who would have thought I'd be having oysters for breakfast?
Yes. Okay.
Ghibli.
Really.
That's really good. I didn't do the slurping like you guys, though.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to slurp?
Yes, you should do that.
I heard both of you, but I didn't
If you
do it.
want to feel
do it right.
to feel
That is
oysters
so good.
the right way, you should do that.
Okay, can I have another one? But this time, can I learn how to...
To open, but you must be careful when you want to
okay.
open, because you have a knife in your hand.
This? More down
Yes,
like this?
yeah. You should find the.
Okay.
You must turn the knife a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Well,
Great job.
not so bad. Kind of, yeah. Then I cut it. Oh. I think I ruined it a little bit.
And put the lemon.
Okay.
So.
Is that right? Good enough? Okay. A little lemon. Now I gotta slurp it.
Yeah.
I actually just swallowed it. It went right down when I slurped it. But it was good.
Yeah. Have breakfast.
This is the best way to start off your day. I'm gonna help you drive.
Помочь тебе was.
Okay? All right. Can't tell you I know how, but we'll give it a try. Yeah?
Yeah.
We're gonna go desno.
Idemo.
Since the oysters are not going right to the market or restaurant to be sold, they will return to the water to grow to the finest quality. Each of the buoys floating in the channel holds a basket of these shellfish, soaking in the nutrients of this fresh and salty seawater. So if these oysters still have a year to go, how long or how often do they move them? Or do they just stay in one spot?
Mičite vi svako malo ili ne? A ove oštrige?
Ne, onda kad se izvade van se sortiraju i vraćaju se nazad.
Aha.
Okay,
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
it's
come to that
actually
side.
it's not necessary to move them.
Ah, they can
When
stay.
you put, yeah, they can stay, yes.
Okay,
But you must control them.
right. All right. Ooh. One side at a time. All right. Is that okay?
Yes.
Whew, all right. It was a breakfast for champions and a good introduction to this tradition of Istria, especially after finding out that oysters have been farmed in these waters since 1888. My job was finished, but my journey would continue along the coast to the town of Rovin. Okay, Goran, thanks for the nice trip. Best oysters I've ever had.
Thank you.
All right, hvala lijepa. Ciao. Among the string of small villages stretching along the Istrian coastline, on the other side of the fjord you'll find the enchanting village of Rovin. The old town is full of color, life, and is a prototype of a Mediterranean town. I went to get lost in the labyrinth of rustic and narrow streets.
We have many artists here, and things that haven't been changed here for centuries. As you could see, like Grisia Street here, which is our longest and largest street here, and the houses that are really tall and very high. There were between 7,000 to 13,000 people living just on island, which was connected with a bridge. with the land.
So Rovine was actually an island.
Yeah, until 1763. So let's say the transport of the goods and the whole things was practically impossible anymore to leave. So and it was not anymore a danger of the pests and sicknesses and pirates. So that's why they decided to connect the city with the land.
Well, if Rovine is this picturesque just by being here on the land, I think we should go by sea and see how pretty it looks.
Let's do it.
Sound good? The captain was waiting to give us a tour around the archipelago. With perfectly calm turquoise waters, I think the journey was even more beautiful from sea than the cobblestone streets. Perched atop the old town is a view of Sveti Eufemia's 60-meter-high bell tower. Known as Rovine's trademark, it contains the stone sarcophagus of St. Euphemia that, according to the legend, arrived from Constantinople in the 9th century. To me, Rovine, I think, is the most charming city in all of Croatia. Just look at it.
Yeah, I agree with you, even I'm home here.
You're very lucky.
That's great. Thanks.
It's hard to leave Rovine behind, but if this is what all towns are like in Istria, then I don't know why I don't live here. The city is full of valuable assets, and its people, waters, and most of all, impression from the sea. Sometimes Istria is referred to as the Green Mediterranean, rich with lush trees, forests, vineyards, and sun-steeped hills filled with rows of olive trees. It's these juicy olives that for centuries were pressed by heavy stone wheels, making a virgin oil that was delivered as a delicacy to the courts of Europe. It's the olive's care that reveals the most impressive taste, and I found the family that shares the love for this small bitter fruit. Dobar dan.
Dobar dan.
Hi, Ashley.
I'm Teddy.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Well, I hear that this is the place to go in order to see the olive oil here in Istria.
You're right.
Now, why is the olive oil so important here?
So we are very famous from 3,000 years ago, from the ancient Romans, for the place with the good olive oil. The ancient Romans called this part of Istria the Golden Triangle, and oil produced in this part of Istria was only for the Caesar. So I think you're on the right place today.
And your family's been doing this for years?
Everything started 15 years ago with my younger brother. Sandy has this passion for olive oil, and so after 15 years we have this beautiful job now.
So your family actually got involved in the business from these trees that we see surrounding us right here?
Yes, everything started 15 years ago with these 100 trees. And now we are, I think, at the number of 5,500 trees in own production.
Oh my gosh. Now, are you exporting this just throughout Istria, throughout Croatia, the world?
We start everything in Istria, but now we export more than 80% in all the world.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now, what is it that makes olive trees grow so well here in Istria? Is it the climate?
I think it's the climate, soil, and the passion of the people who is working with this.
So the passion of the people really does make it taste better?
I think so.
If I understand, it's the perfect time for harvest right now.
Yes.
You guys are picking, and this is when all the action, probably the busiest time of year for you?
Yeah, you come in the right time. We started here 5 days ago, and now the guys are on another spot.
From sun up to sundown, Sandy and his team work non-stop because the same day the olives are picked, the oil-making process begins. Lucky for them, they had some extra help, but I'm not really sure I sped up their process. Of course, I volunteer to get the hard-to-reach olives. Okay. It's raining olives. I'm very
difficult?
It's interesting.
For the first hour.
Don't worry, I'm no longer in that tree. But once all the olives fall from the tree, Zorka takes charge, separating the remaining leaves before the crates travel to the mill. So, Sandy, thanks to you, we're able to be here at this beautiful olive tree farm. Now, I was able to see the original trees, too.
Yeah, very important is to have indigenous Istrian cultivar and modern technologies, and with the good Istrian climate, we'll make one of the best olive oil in the world.
Now, is she a master cleaner here?
Yeah, Zorka is a master cleaner here.
All right. Well, she's got a lot of olive baskets to clean.
She is very busy in the day because we have a lot of boxes for cleaning in the day.
Now, so we take these to the mill?
Yes, we are start.
Okay. The time has come?
It's time to go.
All right, let's go. All right. Hvala, Zorka.
Hvala, Zorka.
As the crates are loaded, the working day in the field comes to an end. But it's not over. Waiting back at the mill are even more helping hands. The Cavallone brothers and I start the process, but the others will stay until 1 in the morning, supervising every step until the final drop. Once the olives are smashed, the mixer separates the oil from the paste. From this, the oil is extracted. By this time in the night, all I wanted to do was try this Istrian specialty that has lived on for centuries. When you're in Istria, eat up. There won't be a table that doesn't have a bottle. And after all, olive oil is said to be the most valuable fat in the human diet. The Cavallones did it right, and just think, it all started from a few olives and lots of love. I'm learning quickly that Istria is a gastronomic experience, but farming this land is difficult and tiring, often bringing rich rewards, even on the vine. Locals would say that one that has not tasted Istrian wine has much to learn. For centuries, wine has been the drink of choice. It's a social experience that starts at the roots of this red soil, where generations have perfected the Turan and Malvasia. So what is it that makes wines so great here in Istria?
For the first people, because in Istria it's a lot of good people, the real thing which makes the wine good is the soil, the environment and everything. Because the microclimate of Istria, it's, I think, born to produce high-quality wines. In Istria you don't have big wineries which produce millions of bottles. You have a lot of small wine producers.
Like you guys?
Yes. Each Malvasia you take, each of this Malvasia will be different. And this is why it's a good point to be a small producer.
Now, tell me something that's special about your Malvasia. That's what we have here.
Yes, this is a Malvasia produced from this soil, which you can see here. It's a red soil because it's rich of iron and rich of minerals. Some Malvasia produced, for example, in the white soil, they are very light and have a short lifetime. Some wine, they are dead in 2 years. This one can live for 10 years and more, only because of the minerals from the soil.
So here at your vineyards, do you pick every grape by hand?
Yes,
yeah.
Every grape is picked by hand. When you do a harvest by hand, you can select each grape. So the grape which are good, you take it. The one which are bad, you just leave on the wine tree and you prevent the damage in the future wine. Everything what we do alone. So from when you plant the wine tree till you get the first fruit of the wine tree, you know everything about it. Because everything started with like a love story for the land, because nobody started to be an agriculture producer because he liked it. And you started with a love, not like a profession. And when you see that your hobby can develop in a nice business, it's a good point.
It's still a great love story, from planting the vineyards to, I'm sure, very rewarding once you get the glass and you get to taste it.
Yes.
Yes. Lots of work.
At the end of the day, all the work with a nice glass of wine, you forget about it definitely.
Okay, well, živeli. The hard work, hilly terrain, sunshine, and soil make many argue that Istria has the best wine in Croatia. One thing is for sure, it is unique, and the wine roads through Istria could not be more beautiful. After walking through the Malvasia white grapes, in the cellar, Oliver was controlling the aging process of the Turon, the most famous Istrian red wine. I thought you said that this was a small winery.
No, it looks like it's big, but it's really small.
This looks like a lot of wine. Are these all filled?
Yes, all from harvest 2011. You have different things, Malvasia Other Place, Malvasia Podbanka. This is just a name of different places where we grown the grapes.
Now, what stage of the process is the wine that's in these barrels?
Now the stage is to clean the wines from the sediment after the fermentation.
So do you have to do this today?
Yes. You want to help me?
I've come to help.
Please.
So for how long has this wine been in here?
It was here for 1 month, till the fermentation is at the end, because you can't move the wine when the fermentation is in process. Will you open it?
Pull this?
Yes. Hard?
Okay. Is that good?
Yes.
Listen to it. Listen to it.
He's breathing now.
Take this?
Yes.
Okay. Bring it over
here.
there. Okay.
Can you?
Yeah, it's not heavy.
Top. Wait.
Now, where do I put it?
Okay, on top.
Up here?
Yes. More. No, on the blue point. Inside. Yes.
Oh, we're going inside.
Good.
Now the clean wine is going from that barrel to this.
Yes.
All right.
Will you open again, or you will start the pump?
I'll start the pump.
Just turn it on the right side.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long does it take?
Depends on the speed. If you increase the speed with that, in 20-25 minutes we are done.
Well, speed it up so we can enjoy that glass of wine. So this is where I actually get to try the wine.
Yes, this is almost ready wine. It will stay here some more time for a better maturation and to get better flour.
Fresh from the barrel.
Yeah.
Do you feel it has a better taste when it comes straight from the barrel?
Yes, it has a better taste. Take the last sip. No, the last before the next.
Wait, really? Take it like that?
Yeah.
Like
Try.
a shot?
Yes.
I didn't think you were supposed to do that with wine.
Do you feel better now?
Of course I feel better. Bottoms up, right there. I've had wine all over the world, and I can say that Oliver was right. It's not just a good product, but it's the hard work of the Arman family and their dedication that makes every glass a good glass. Well, you have a very nice home here. It's not too bad you have a view of your vineyards after harvest and even a view of the sea.
Yes, we are really lucky to have everything here.
All right, well, it's another reason I'm in love with Istria. So, živeli.
Živeli.
Seeing all of Istria in one trip is hard to do, with the amount of activities, festivals, and harvests happening year-round. I'm traveling to northern Istria to Umag, the center of sports. Each summer, Umag hosts the ATP tennis tournament, bringing in the world's best players. While tennis isn't my specialty, the event brings an excitement for everyone. You'll also find extensive bike trails starting in Umag. I started by visiting the wine roads, with bike trails covering more than 560 kilometers. Istria in the countryside. I'm ready. You got the bikes in here? What a cool van!
Yes, it's from
Very
the old fire department.
I thought this was going to be a leisurely bike ride. I guess I'm following you.
Okay.
You know, sometimes when I'm here in Istria, I feel like it might be Tuscany, Provence, somewhere, Italy or France.
Some foreign journalists say it's really the old Tuscany, before all the media and celebrities there. While it was still quiet.
Yeah. It's so untouched still.
Yes.
this is so beautiful. I have to say, I've never ridden through a vineyard before.
Me neither.
Oh, well, we get to share this together. Even though the way I'm riding, you would have thought I've had a lot of wine to drink already. Whoa! You want to race?
Sure.
Actually, no. I'm guaranteed I'd lose. All right. Oh, this is beautiful. Umag has become the recreational city of Istria, and from here, I could reach almost all my destinations in less than an hour.
Dobar dan.
Dobar dan. Checking in.
Yes. Can you tell me your name, please?
Ashley Colburn.
Thank you very much. Here you are. Your room number is 269.
Perfect.
This is on the first floor. My colleague will help you with your luggage.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Wow, look at this view. The hotel sat in the middle of a historical site. It was this beachfront property where villas once stood during Roman times. I went to explore what remained by horseback. So those are them right there?
Yes, it's an ancient Roman villa from the 2nd century.
You said that the people that lived in these villas were very wealthy. Well, I think it's because Istria is a magnificent place. They knew they needed to live here. After the ride, it was time to relax.
I should offer you to try the element of the earth. It's a massage with the original mud from the salinas close by. So you have just to feel your senses and try it.
Well, I don't think it'll be very hard to do that. I think I came to the right place. I feel completely rejuvenated. I'm ready to complete my travels here in Croatia. After some rejuvenation, I had a journey to continue, just a quick drive away. The modernity of Istria is evident in the new farming techniques, streets, and towns, but the old is combined with the new, which is refreshing for the modern-day traveler. I'm traveling to the coastal town of Porridge, where this hip tourist mecca is home to one of the most historical structures in the country. Christianity was brought to Porridge in the 3rd century and was the first of many beliefs that would influence this site. So this is the main entrance to the basilica.
Yes, this is the main entrance, and it shows you where the basilica really is, because it's not in the center of the town, as the churches usually are, but it's right on the city walls, so it's kind of hard to spot. The Christians were persecuted by the Romans, so they were hiding in kind of an underground church, and it was right on that spot.
Okay.
And our first known bishop, which became a patron of the town, was killed here. And so all the churches built afterwards has been built on the same spot.
So when was the basilica declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site?
Well, it was 1997, so it's been quite a while now. And we are very happy to have this award, as you can say.
Yeah, now is this the only UNESCO site in Porridge?
Yeah, it is the only one in the region also. So it's very well preserved, and it shows the great history of the town and also of the church.
So this is the entrance to the church?
This is the main entrance to the church. So the church has 3 entrances.
Wow. This is great.
You can almost feel the presence of history here.
Yeah. But how does this compare to the other cathedrals and things that I've seen here in Croatia? I mean, first thing I notice is these wooden beams on the ceiling.
Yes. Well, they are here from the last reconstruction from the 19th century. And the unique thing are the mosaics.
Yeah. Now, what is it that you can see by looking at the mosaics that you say, okay, this is from Byzantine times?
Well, it's the typical way of drawing, really, with mosaics. Big eyes, straight nose, Persian influence.
So what is it that you think makes this church so special?
Well, First of all, it's the age. It's 1,500 years of age. I mean, no wrinkles at all. So it's,
withstanding wars and earthquakes and weather years after years.
Yeah, you can imagine we had, during the Second World War only, the town has been bombed 34 times, and the church, no damage.
Well, that's a reason why it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
And it's very well preserved, all that.
Well, can you show me the fish, the other mosaics here?
Yes, we can go through here.
So this is the original location?
No, this is the original location, but the mosaics are replicas, because the seawater is right
on the other side of this wall.
Yes, and the seawater comes from the underground and covers the mosaic. So they decided to put them in to show the originals, and here are replicas, so you can really imagine how the churches looked like. So on that point, it's the original underground church. It's surrounded by the thin red line. Then this one is all 4th century mosaics, 5th century mosaics under today's church, and today's church from the 6th century.
Well, thank goodness nobody built on top of here.
Yes.
And what's so great is you still have the originals in here.
Yes.
Inside the Museum of the Basilica, you'll find original mosaics, including one of the fish, which served as the symbol for Christianity. Even after the rise and fall of the Christians, the symbol remains, as Porridge is one of many fishing villages found along the Adriatic. Driving through Istria is a vacation in itself, passing impressive hilltop towns that were built as a form of defense. I entered the city of truffles. Beautiful Buzet overlooks the Mirna River Valley, and it was here where I was going to try to uncover a mystery, one that would be left up to the dogs.
Yeah, the dog is already excited because he knows he's going in the woods. The forest here is where they usually go truffle hunting for the black truffles, because this forest is the natural habitat.
Do you know what it is that makes the truffles grow here in the soil, in the ground?
They grow in symbiosis with trees. So with the oak tree, the pine tree, the other types of tree, but of course it's very important the soil, the type of soil and the climate. That's why when they try to grow them in other parts, it's not successful.
And Istria is recognized the most for the truffles.
Definitely, yes, but not the whole of Istria, only the central part.
Okay.
So this is why they call it the truffle zone. The truffle hunting is very important here for the local people because they can earn quite a lot of money from it.
I didn't know that they were so valuable.
Yeah, they're valuable, and what is interesting is the difference between the black and the white truffle, because the black truffle, the prices are lower than the white truffle. The dog can smell up to 20 meters, the smell of the truffles.
How many does she usually find a day?
It depends. With truffle hunting, with truffles you never know. Sometimes you can find a lot, and sometimes you can't find anything.
So it's really a mystery.
It's a mystery, definitely.
Now, how long has this dog been hunting truffles?
He's 7 years old, and actually he's worth around 3,000 euros, but she wouldn't sell him for anything.
Okay, come on, eat them all. Find the tartuffes.
Okay, he's searching.
Okay.
I think he's found something. Yeah, he's digging.
That's so fast, though. He found it so fast. Is that normal?
Yeah, these are the black truffles. So for the black truffles, they usually know the positions.
It's very potent.
What's important, she's covering the hole. She needs to do in order to protect the truffles.
Moj pas, vidi ga.
Ah, he's already searching.
Oh. Look at, they take off.
Yeah, she has to run because otherwise he'll eat it.
Man.
There might be something there. Ah! Oh my
Look
God,
at that.
that's a big one.
Nismo našli 10 dana takvega.
She said that 10 days they haven't found this one. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Ah! Oh, I was like, it's going to come after me.
Smell it.
Oh my gosh, that's huge. That's the biggest truffle I've seen.
It's a good soil and ground on this side.
So this is considered a really large one?
Yeah, this is the first class.
All right.
Yeah, she said big truffle, big treat.
That's right. You give him some extras. Good boy.
Yeah, I think we're closely...
You think he's found them all for today? Apparently this was a very lucky day, leaving with a couple of tartufes. But now that they were found, they must be prepared.
Okay, so now we're making the omelet with the truffles that we found.
So what else do we put in the omelet?
So first we put a bit of butter, then we put truffles, and then at the end we put the eggs. We mix it all together, and at the very end it goes cheese.
I think this is going to be the most expensive omelet I've ever eaten.
Yeah, Rodno says you're passed. We got up very early today, so we deserve a good breakfast.
You can really smell the truffles now. Put those on top?
Yes.
Okay.
Kaže da nakon rada sa psom i vašeg kao truda ujutro, da sad možemo uživati mi zbog vas.
Dobar tek.
Hvala. Ajmo onda si zajedno.
Okay. So you ready for the truth? The odor they release is truly unpleasant, but they taste delicious. I can see why many say you either love it or you hate it. Oh, wow. What do you think? That's really good.
Dobro smo mi to skuhale.
Yeah, I didn't know you could even have truffles for breakfast. I think if you put some truffles on anything, it's going to taste very good. Just down the street from Buzet, I entered the town of Levade. Surrounded with the Motovan forest, this land is also home to the truffle. Every weekend in October, the city is full, celebrating Tartufi Days. It's everything truffles, from the hunters, cooking shows, and all the pairings for this mysterious delicacy. I have to say, this is my first truffle fair. We don't have truffles like this in the States.
That's why you have only 3 locations in the whole world.
Yeah?
Here in Italy and in France.
Okay.
That's why we are very proud of.
Now, is it true that they're going to auction these off today?
Yes, we will have the auction in about 10 minutes.
Now, when were these found? Does it matter when they were found? Do they stay good always? Or?
They're good for 7 days.
Okay.
Fresh one. Mm-hmm. But all those, they were found this morning or yesterday night. We have about 2,000 hunters who sells these products to our company. We have a new kind of guests that are not coming here anymore just for the sun and the beaches, but for a very good quality of truffles.
The forest doesn't just grow good quality, but the largest in the world. I got to meet the hunter himself. So how does it feel to have found the world's largest truffle?
Till today, this certainly was his most excited day the whole life. He came home, he showed to all his friends, and he didn't then even realize that it's the biggest in the world.
Now, how big was it exactly?
So it had 1 kilo and 310 grams. He remembered till today even the smell. It has such a strong smell.
So I have to ask, what did you do with the truffle?
He made a special dinner in Istra, in a restaurant near Buje. The dinner was with 120 guests, with all media from all around the world, and people from London get to know that, and then he entered in the Guinness Book of Records.
Well, was it the best truffle you ever had?
Yeah, certainly the biggest and the best.
Once word spread that it was Istria's gray, fatty, and clayish soil that produced these treasures, the people and checkbooks gathered. I thought I would take part in the fun, too.
10 tražimo. 110. Oh, yeah, good. 200 eura. 220, 220, bravo. Jedina dama u društvu. 212. 230. Let's go on. 240. Do we have somebody? 240. 245. 300 eura. 300 eura za ovaj divan primjer bijelog tartufa. 300 eura. 300. We go on. After 300. 305 eura. Pazite. Moja cijena za sad. 300. What does it mean? You don't have a credit card here? 330. Drugi puti. 330 eura za ovaj lijepi tartuf.
I was hoping the high rollers would eventually give me a chance.
Who give 15 euro for this one? 15, very good. We go on with 16. Who gives 16 euro for this? 16, very good. We go on
Bring it on.
18.
I'll do 18.
20.
20.
22. We go with 22. 20 euro.
25.
25, very good. 27. Somebody 27, very good. We need 29.
No. Too high.
29. 30 euro. Now we need 32. 32, good. 34. 34 euro. 34. Do we have somebody for 34?
No.
Nobody.
No.
So, this beautiful truffle, white truffle, is yours for just 32 euro. It's very nice.
What a deal.
Please, one applause for our beautiful lady that bought this nice white truffle. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I just bought a truffle. Looks like I'm not leaving empty-handed. In fact, I'm leaving with an enriched soul. I learned a lot while I was here about the love of the land, family tradition, and how to fully enjoy life. Istria is truly a treasure that's just waiting to be found.